And we are live. Welcome back, folks. Let's turn this down. We are live. State of the Union. Here we go. State of the Union. What's going on, folks? Live coverage of the Donald Trump State of the Union. Here we go.
And we are live. The speech and the president should be entering in about 8-10 minutes or so. The dean of the diplomatic corps, by
Trump
the way,
will be coming
is
in about
Percy
8
Coyote.
minutes. We're going to be covering
He is
everything.
the
It's
ambassador of
very
Palau,
interesting.
and he has been in office since 1997. The dean.
Let me mute that for you guys, as some of you guys are rolling in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming. Let me make sure I got myself together. I'm going to set that there. I am going to plug this in here. That's right, folks. We got the State of the Union. A lot going on today.
Kavanaugh will be there. Justice Kavanaugh, President Trump really sung his praises last week for his dissent in this.
Thanks for being here, folks.
He said Justice Kavanaugh's
I'm going to try
stock is rising. So
going to try and bring you guys the best coverage I can of Trump's State of the Union. It's going to be very interesting to see what he talks about. Some of the main issues, of course, are the stuff going on with the cartel, obviously. Iran, looks like we're going to be on the brink of war with Iran, possibly, or at the very least, some sort of conflict. Obviously, you have the elephant in the room, which is the Epstein files. I mean, there's a lot going on here. Affordability. People are still getting wrecked financially. Life's hard out here. What's the president going to do about that? I mean, there's a lot, you know. There is Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, and I couldn't make out the other people. I think that was Senator Amy Klobuchar, and the guy in the middle was actually Senator Dick Durbin. That is actually my senator here in Illinois. Here we go. Here we go. The Supreme Court justices.
And we are still here with Alex Gantitano and Marissa Schultz, two reporters who have been with us all night. So we had a little fun game there watching the Supreme Court come in. 4 members came in, Alex.
That's right. As we predicted, Kavanaugh is there. We know the president is very happy with him on that tariff ruling, that he sided with him. But
of course he is.
Coney Barrett on the other side, the president is not so happy with, yet she wanted to be there. Of course, he appointed her in his first term. So I think she's curious what he has. She's one of the newer members, curious what the president has to say. But only 4 of them in there tonight.
Wow. Only 4 Supreme Court justices showed up. Wow.
Greta Brawner noted that John Fetterman, D of Pennsylvania, is wearing a suit tonight. Well, I think you have to wear a suit and tie.
Did you guys hear that? John Fetterman is wearing a suit. For those who don't know, that is the Democratic senator who almost never wears a suit. He's always wearing like a T-shirt and like some jeans. Like that guy never wears a suit. So that actually is a big deal that Senator John Fetterman is wearing a suit. That's a big deal.
All right. So we've had the diplomatic corps. We've had the Supreme Court. I'm guessing that the cabinet will be next before the president. It is now 8:56 here on the East Coast, 8:57. The speech is due to start at 9. We're kind of on time here, but we do have some more to come in. But I would say within 5 minutes of 9 o'clock, somebody will come to the door. The clerk will come to the door. Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States. Let's see if we can hear Mr. Kavanaugh. And there's Mrs. Vance.
Lady
Yeah.
Vance.
And she's due with their 4th in July, I
right.
believe it is.
Yep.
Correct? Yep. She's there. And we have not seen Mrs. Trump enter yet.
Not yet, but it's coming.
Oh, there's Senator Kelly.
Is he talking to the Supreme Court? He's
Oh,
talking with
interesting.
Elena Kagan.
Yeah, it looks like he's waiting to.
She's the
head over
senior
there.
justice who was appointed by a Democrat.
Now, here's my big question, guys. Is Donald Trump going to mention Candace Owens by name tonight? Probably not. However, is Donald Trump going to mention and go after the people who have had alternative theories or have been critical of Erica Kirk? I think so. Also, how long is he going to acknowledge Erica Kirk? We know she's going to get her moment. He's going to mention her. She's going to stand up. Everybody's going to clap. What I'm going to be interested in is what his remarks are going to be. And there's the First Lady right there.
She announced earlier that she was bringing 2 young
Aaron
female
Trump.
students who exemplify 2 of her policies related to AI education and foster youth services. You can see how Barron Trump just cowers over it.
Somebody said, I think he will hint at it. Yeah, I agreed. I agree. That's exactly what I think. And even if he hints at it, that's still addressing it. That's what I'll be interested to see. Will Trump in any way address Candace Owens and all of the other podcasters and people who have been very skeptical and critical of Erica Kirk? I believe he will. And that's going to be interesting if he does. By the way, there is Marco Rubio. There's Trump's cabinet.
Marco Rubio, Andy
There's the
Besant,
cabinet. Scott
Treasury.
Bessent, Marco
You're gonna
Rubio,
mark the
Pete
list? Okay.
Hegseth.
Okay.
We'll look-
Got 'em
we'll
all.
look- we'll mark. You see
Crazy Cash
Mr.
Patel.
Hegseth,
You know he up there
Defense,
somewhere.
Department of War.
God, I hate Cash
Yes,
Patel.
Bondi.
Pam
Hate that
Bondi.
guy.
Well, those are the big ones. Not having them in the room would be very.
Yeah, the 4
RFK,
Jr., Health and
Secretary
Human Services,
Turner.
Secretary
Oh, there's Lori
Turner, HUD.
Chavez Ramirez.
Yeah, a little bit of controversy. I
That's
see that they
right.
dropped the charges though against her husband.
Oh,
If you're
interesting.
if you go to Politico and type in labor secretary, you can read the story. There were some charges filed against her husband, sexual harassment charges, but they have been dropped. There's Linda McMahon.
Secretary Noel.
There's Secretary Noem, DH.
Somebody said he's already gave them instructions behind the scenes to go after her. Yeah, but will he speak on it publicly? That will be interesting because that's a real declaration of war right there. To speak it publicly on a big stage like this, where like half the country's watching, that would be huge. That's why I want to see. That's why I said I don't think he's going to name her by name. I can't see him doing that. That would give her like unbelievable clout. She'd be like the talk of like the week if that happened. But I think he'll hint at it without mentioning her name. That's what I want to see. That's still a little bit of a declaration of war, but we'll see. Psychological war, of course, not physical.
Doge cuts earlier this year, and then DNI Director Tulsi
Is
Gabbard.
that Tulsi?
Tulsi Gabbard.
Yep, there she is.
Kind of a homecoming for her too, a former House member.
Democrat from Hawaii, in fact.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm noting we haven't seen Brooke Rollins yet, the Agriculture Secretary.
And do you know, I think Greta told us earlier that the Ag Secretary is the most frequent designated survivor.
Oh, there
Oh.
she is,
Oh.
though.
Oh,
in front of the
there's Brooke.
screen.
Brooke
And
Rollins
Secretary
is there.
Lutnick, and then
Lutnick is there. Commerce.
behind.
I'm shocked
Rollins.
Lutnick came, guys.
Transportation.
I'm
We saw
shocked.
Scott
Duffy, Sean
Duffy.
Duffy.
Sean
That's
Duffy, sorry.
Jameson Greer,
That was Scott
USTR.
Turner in front of him of HUD,
And then we have Kelly Loeffler.
Small Business Administration.
I was banking on her being. I don't know why, but that's who I guessed.
Well, my guess before was Chris Wright of Energy. I don't think we've seen
Oh,
him yet.
that's a good one. We
Oh.
I
haven't
could
seen
be the
him.
winner of the 50 cents.
Oh, wait, is that
Oh wait,
or is
I
that
think
Chris
that's him
behind
right
him?
there. Yeah.
who's behind him? Yeah.
I don't think we have a
Behind Sean
designated
Duffy,
survivor
I think Christine
today.
Secretary, right?
Because Kelly Loeffler of Small Business, she was a former senator from Georgia who
Oh,
got
true.
defeated
That's
by
right.
John Ossoff.
It'd be interesting if we see any DNI Director Radcliffe. Or
CIA.
Oh, CIA. Yeah, Mr. Ratcliffe, former member of the House from Texas.
And Steve Witkoff, the president's Middle East
Oh, yeah.
advisor.
Good on him.
Going to have peace talks with our nuclear talk again on
You know,
Thursday.
He's been busy.
It's so interesting. John Ratcliffe used to be on all the cable news channels on a frequent basis. And then he became CIA director
Wow, we got 20 people in here. Shout out to the 20 people that are in here to watch the State of the Union live stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. Shout out to all of you. Somebody said she's already the talk of the town. She's already talk of the week. Team Candace. Somebody else say Candace. Yeah, she's killing it. I mean, what can I say? She's killing it. The Erica Kirk section of this speech is going to be interesting. I don't know how long it's going to go. By the way, guys, if you don't remember, the last time Donald Trump gave his State of the Union speech, he actually broke the record. He went for like 2.5 hours. It was an unbelievably long speech. What I'm going to be interested in seeing is how long is Trump going to go? Is Donald Trump going to go over 2 hours today, or is he going to do a regular, normal hour and a half State of the Union speech? Does anybody remember that when he went like almost 2.5 hours? Hopefully he doesn't do that tonight because it's already 8 o'clock. Your boy's bedtime is at 10 o'clock. Okay, Chicago time, of course, Central Standard Time. I'm not trying to go to bed at 11 or midnight because Donald Trump wants to yap for 3 hours. So let's hear, Mr. President. I'm gonna need you to say what you got to say in an hour and 30 minutes, okay? You can do it. Speaking of that, I wanted to also talk about this while they're introducing people before Trump comes out. I want to kind of talk about what exactly is Trump going to talk about? Like, what are some of the things that he promised during his campaign? Well, guys, he's very likely going to talk about the economy, right? The economy was something big that he ran on. Somebody said sermon length. If you know, you know. Right. Tell me about it. Somebody said sup, bro. I'm in Joliet. Hey, shout out to Joliet. I'm familiar with Joliet. I've been there a few times. Shout out to you. Shout out to Joliet. Joliet's cool. Joliet's decent. I like Joliet. We got another person from the Chicago land, not just me. That's dope. It's really dope. Going back to what Trump is going to talk about. So he's going to talk about the economy. No question about it.
I think what's also notable is
hold on. I had a sheet of what he was going to talk about and it went away. Hold on.
The crew that walked down.
Let me turn this back up so you guys can see everything going on.
Nobody has
here.
left yet.
There's obviously speculation over who will be the first, but yeah, we're now in February and everyone's intact.
And I didn't see Eric Trump with the family yet. We saw Don Jr., we saw Barron, we saw Ivanka. I don't think I've seen
I think they
Eric
planned
or the other woman, the other young lady that is his
I believe I saw Tiffany,
Did you see
but
Tiffany?
I haven't seen Eric.
and I thought I saw Eric.
Okay.
Tiffany was
And Eric's wife.
Wow, there's a decent amount of you guys in here. Thanks for tuning in. So Trump is very likely going to talk about the economy. He's going to talk about inflation. He's going to talk about the budget. You know he's going to talk about tariffs, and he's probably going to throw some of the Supreme Court justices under the bus. By the way, guys, only 4 of the Supreme Court justices are here. Only 4 of them. So most of them, or some of them, are not even here. You know he's going to talk about the tariffs. Like I told you guys earlier in the stream, he's definitely going to talk about the Mexican cartels. That's going to be interesting.
This is a big night in Washington.
He's going to talk about tax cuts. He's probably going to talk about his big, beautiful bill. Obviously, with the war with Iran that's impending, probably going to talk about Greenland.
President, the whole gang.
He's definitely going to talk about Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk. Yes, hit the like button, guys. Definitely push me out. Push me out to the algorithm, and I appreciate it. Going to try and give you the best coverage of the State of the Union that I can, and not just reshare it like most people are going to do. We're gonna try. Oh, here we go. Somebody else is coming.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
There you go. There he is. Donald J. Trump. There he goes.
Leadership is behind him.
I get it.
There he is. There he goes. Mama, there goes that man. The President of the United States. You guys heard that? Trying to keep him on time. Everybody's trying to take pictures and talk and give him a hug. They're like, all right, keep it moving, buddy. We already know you're going to talk for like 2.5 hours like you did last time. Keep it moving. Who's that getting the picture? Who's that? Dude, do that some other time. We're ready for the speech. Come on. Come on. We get it. Come on. The walkout alone is like 15 minutes. It's like 20 minutes just to walk out. Black people aren't apes. You guys see that behind Trump? That white sign right there to your left. Black people aren't apes. Wow. I wonder who that is who just did that. I wonder if that's a senator. Did you guys see that? It was real quick. I'll go back if you want. I'll go back real quick so you guys can see that. You know, typically at these things, there's always some sort of protest.
Greetings.
Trying to keep them on time.
All right, so right around here, and I'll go back to the live feed in a minute, but right around here, you see somebody right behind Trump, and he's got a sign that says black people aren't apes, and that comes from right there. Black people aren't apes. You guys see that? Right there. I'm sure most of you guys know that controversy. I don't think I have to explain it. I'm sure most of you guys know. Did he just acknowledge Amy? I don't know. Let's go live. All right, let's go to the live feed. That was interesting. Okay, there we go. All right, we're live. Well, we've already got some people who are already protesting. Trump and the apes controversy that happened on the Truth Social. You guys can hear everything okay, right? Let me know if you guys can hear everything okay. The volume to me sounds a little low, but if you guys can hear it perfectly fine, then perfect. Just let me know.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance.
All right, it might be a little low, but this is the best stream that we got, so we're going to have to roll with it, guys. Just turn your volumes up on your TVs or phones, whatever you're using. Sorry about that, but we're just going to rock and roll here.
Second Lady of the United States, members of Congress, and my fellow Americans. Our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before. Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America.
By the way, guys, the guy who waved the sign, Black people aren't apes, that was Representative Al Green, a Democrat from Texas. That is the guy who waved that white sign while Trump was walking that said Black people aren't apes. Just letting you guys know.
When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
Oh, they escorted him out. That's the guy with the sign, Al Green. He's getting escorted
And we
out.
will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure. Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before. After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far.
Is the quality bad, guys? Let me know. Let me know if the quality's bad. Everything looks good on my end, but let me know if the quality's bad.
In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
Thanks so much, West Virginia Wire, for the $4 donation. Thank you so much for the super sticker.
Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
He is right about that. Gas prices have gone down. I have noticed that. I will give him definitely credit for that. Gas prices have tremendously gone down. They're about $2.40 here in Chicago, $2.50, something like that.
And the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year. And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well, at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that, 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe. Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes. A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest. As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
Was that before or after you kidnapped your President Maduro?
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector. We ended DEI in America.
Oh, there he goes. You knew he was going to bring up DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps. And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
Is it?
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on.
Here we go. Who Kash Patel was partying with. Here we go. That's interesting. Wonder if Kash Patel is going to pop up with him with a beer in his hand. Kash Patel, where you at? This is your time to shine. Where is Kash Patel? I haven't even seen him.
Go ahead. That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
There you go. Can't forget the women. Can't forget the women. By the way, we got 32 of you all in here. Feel free to like the video so the algorithm can do what it does. Like the video, folks. Thanks for being here.
They were in the Oval Office before, and I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuyck.
No offense, but I legit could care less about these people. I'm sorry. I don't care about the USA hockey. Let's get to the important stuff. We're spending way too much time on this. Like, great, you guys won. Congratulations. You know, I'm kind of ready to move on. I'm not gonna lie.
Think of it,
Let's talk
46
about Iran.
shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. You practice that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case, my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Wow, you're giving a Medal of Freedom to a freaking goalie? I don't know if I like that, guys. I'm kind of nitpicking, but I don't know if I like this, guys. By the way, guys, this speech is totally going to be 2 hours and 30 minutes, just like last year. This is going to be a long speech, guys. By the way, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I do not like that a goalie for the hockey team is getting the Presidential Medal of
And I thought he
Freedom.
deserved it. And I did
I don't
take
know
a
about
vote,
that one.
every single one of them. I
don't
said,
know
I'm
about that
not
one,
giving
guys.
it if anybody goes no. And every single one of them
I don't even know who
rapidly
that
put
guy
up their
is.
hand. So I want to thank
A
you all. What a
goalie?
special
A freaking
job you
goalie.
did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of that, guys. Goalies should not get the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor, in my opinion. Got to keep it real. Some goalie that nobody's ever
I'm
heard of
also
is getting the
pleased to
Presidential
say that
Medal
the
of
next
Freedom.
time the Olympic torch is lit,
Have any of you guys ever heard of this goalie? What was his name? Connor something? Have any of you guys ever heard of him? Be honest. I've never in my life heard of this guy, and he's getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Ooh-wee. Good Lord.
and Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country. And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in the first term. And I was
Oh my
disappointed
goodness, that's
because
Erica
I
Kirk.
didn't think I'd be
Is that Erica
the
Kirk?
president when this happened. But
Did you guys see that? That was
strange
Erica
things
Kirk
took
in the
place.
audience.
And now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup. So we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming. And that is exciting news.
See, this is what makes the speech go so long. Why are we talking about sports? I don't give a crap about the Olympics, whatever. We need to talk about the more important stuff. Y'all can put that out in the press release. We spend way too much time on sports.
Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II,
There we go.
serving in the Pacific under
Talk
the
about
great
something important.
General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday. So, buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one. As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety.
That's important. Okay. Better than sport. Talking about goalies and stuff. We'll clap for that. That's good. Good.
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate. And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you
Oh, here we
the
go.
Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was.
I thought he was going to
Extraordinary
give him the Presidential
heroism.
Medal of
Thank
Freedom
you.
too. I was about to say, goodness gracious. Okay, he gave him something else. That's respectable. I got scared for a minute. I'm like, wow, two in one day? Eee.
And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aide, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together, we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans. All Democrats, every single one of them,
Yep, here we
voted
go.
against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts.
Wait, is that the
They
Democrats? clapping?
wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead.
I
But
think
we
those are
held
the Democrats
strong,
that
and
just got
with
up and
the
clapped for that.
great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Democrats are on the right and the Republicans are on the left. Yeah, yeah, that's what it looks like.
And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America. Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer.
He's going to talk about the
because
tax on
with
tips.
no tax on tips.
Yep, I knew that was
no
coming.
tax on overtime.
No tax
and our
on tips. no
expanded
overtime, yep.
child tax credit done again by Republicans. Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half. Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name that. Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the third row. Nice man, a good man. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're
Ooh,
great
that's
people.
a lot of money.
When I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school and I made computers and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling. And pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that. But I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad. So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody?
Oh, crap. I didn't realize that that's who that guy was. I know exactly who that guy was. That's Brad Gerstner, or whatever his name is. He's like this super mega rich venture capitalist. I did not realize that that was him. That's crazy.
Accounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars.
A lot of you guys in the comments are talking about how much of a show this is. And you're right. This is a gigantic show. You are absolutely right. I'm not denying that. However, you can't lie. This is pretty entertaining. It's funny to make fun of this stuff, you know?
So are we.
But I agree with you. This is a dog and pony show, whatever you want to call it. I 1,000,000% agree.
They're not making money like
I definitely agree with you guys, but
we
we still watch it anyway, right? It's
And the
entertainment at
big
the end of the
story
day.
was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down.
There goes
Very
naughty boy
unfortunate
Lutnick,
ruling.
the guy who was all over the Epstein files. He should resign, by the
But
way.
the good news is
Crazy that he hasn't
almost all
resigned yet.
countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott?
Naughty boy
Knowing
Lutnick.
that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these
Yep, there we go.
powerful country saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in. Peace protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
Yes, West Virginia Wire. That was Amy Coney Barrett. Yeah, she's there. Amy Coney Barrett, Brett Kavanaugh, Alina Kagan, and Chief Justice Roberts are the only 4 justices that are there in attendance.
Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America.
Naughty boy
Because we
Lutnick.
finally
They
have
keep
a
showing him.
president who puts America first. Put
Epstein's
America
best
first.
friend.
I love America.
Every time they show Lutnick, I'm going to call it out because I think that guy's disgusting and he should resign. Naughty boy Lutnick. Shouldn't even be there.
For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now, the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly use the word affordability, a word they just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem. They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
Well, I hope you speed up because most Americans are not feeling that. Affordability is still terrible and out of control. People still can't afford basic necessities. So I don't know what he's talking about, but I'd love to see it.
The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot.
It don't
And
look like
even
it.
beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold
I
on a
haven't
little while.
seen
We're
it.
getting it down.
I'm just being real, y'all. I
And
haven't
soon
seen
you
it.
will see numbers that few people would think were possible
Maybe.
to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of healthcare caused by you. Since the passage
He pointed
of
at the Democrats.
the Unaffordable Care
This is
Act,
such a show, guys.
sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big
caused
insurance
by
companies
you.
have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 7,000.
All right, sorry, I have to comment on this. Trump is just being completely dishonest here. He's blaming the Democrats for what's happening with the healthcare system and the sky high prices. I actually have seen this a little bit myself with, personally. The Democrats and Republicans are both in on this. It's not just a Democrat thing. They're all in on it. Big Pharma lobbies the heck out of them and pays them to do their bidding. It's not just the Democrats. That's a lie. It's both parties. Both parties are part in this.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on healthcare and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before.
There's a prescription drug that I'm trying to get right now, and my insurance actually denied it. And it's $1,000 out of pocket for a 90-day supply, guys. So I'll believe it when I see it. I'm literally going through this right now.
But they tried. They said they
$1,000
tried.
out
They
of pocket,
couldn't do it.
guys.
They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action. But I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere, the lowest price.
Believe it when I see it. Believe it when I see it. Haven't seen it.
So in my first year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things happen.
Oh, here we
took
go.
Prescription drugs,
Here he goes.
a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
You guys want to know what's funny? I went to TrumpRx.com today when I told my coworkers about the situation with the prescription drug that I need, and the drug that I need isn't even on the website. They don't offer it. So what about me? Guess I'm screwed, huh? Guess I got to pay $1,000 out of pocket for 90-day supply of the prescription drug that I need.
$4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website.
Oh, hold on.
and
This
got
sounds
that
exactly
same
like my
drug that cost-
situation.
I took
Here we go.
prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
I went to the website today. It's not that special. Most of the drugs people need isn't even on the
Tonight is the very
website.
first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big. Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500, a reduction of much more actually than $3,500. Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up.
I'm just
And
waiting
in
for the
many
Erica
cases,
Kirk part at this
prices
point,
of
guys.
electricity will go down for
I
the
wanna see what he
community
says
and
to
very
Erica Kirk when he
substantially down.
acknowledges her.
This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could
Everything
never
else he
handle
said
the
so
kind
far is
of
a bunch of fluff.
numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up into thousands single-family homes.
We're not going to let him lie about housing. I'm not going to let it happen.
And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent, because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations.
No, you
Corporations
don't.
are doing just fine. Racel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon.
Me and my wife are trying to buy a home right now. We're looking at homes to buy we're going to buy a home pretty soon, maybe in like a year. And the prices are absolutely insane.
Get easier for
Damage
Americans
has already
to
been
save
done.
for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid.
Of course you will, because if you don't, they're going to vote your ass out. All them old
Since I
folks,
took
they
office,
don't play around about
The
that.
typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
That's another one where I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe that one when I see it.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she was here?
Oh, he's taking shots.
Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
Trust me, guys, they're not going to do it. This is complete crap by President Trump. They are not going to pass that. These guys make so much money. It's a revolving door. They're not going to do it. No way in hell they're going to ban stock trading for Congress.
If
Not going to
anybody even
happen.
on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example.
Yeah, you're a part of
than
it, Trump.
Minnesota.
Like what?
Where members of the Somali community
Of course he's
have
gonna talk about
pillaged
Somalis.
an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance.
The reason why they're showing Ilhan Omar, guys, when Trump was talking about the Somali thing, Ilhan Omar was heckling him. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I heard her voice. She was heckling the heck out of Trump just now when he was talking about the Somali scam and whatever, the Minnesota fraud stuff.
We'll get it done. And if we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm.
Remember, Ilhan Omar is Somalian, guys.
Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah.
Rashida Tlaib right there. Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib.
Delilah Colton was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
There you go. She took them back. That was cute. That was a good moment. That was cute.
Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
We go through this every time. They're never going to do this. These companies are making so much money off of these illegal aliens, whatever you want to call them. They're making so much money off of the cheap labor. They are never going to pass this stuff. Never. Never. The company's going to lobby the heck out of them. It's never going to happen.
Of illegal immigration, people came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you very
terrible. I
much,
can't lie. That's
Jacqueline.
terrible.
Thank you.
That is terrible.
We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you. As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight, I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, Homeland Security.
I don't know if you guys can see this right here, all the way at the bottom left corner. Some of the Democratic senators and Congress people are wearing "Stand with Survivors, Release the Epstein Files." They are wearing that sticker on their suits. You can see it right here at the bottom left. I noticed that I couldn't read exactly what it said, but now I can see it. They're basically talking about the Epstein Files, which I wonder if Trump is going to talk about that. Probably not.
Also for helping people. I'm inviting every legislature to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental open border and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
They do this every year, by the way, where they
You
clap
should
for like
be
5 minutes
ashamed
straight.
of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over
There
our
goes
country.
Ilhan Omar
They're
heckling him.
blocking the removal of these people out of our country. And you
Rashida
should be
Tlaib and
ashamed
Ilhan
of
Omar
yourself.
currently heckling the heck out of Donald Trump. Just snooping. Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib were shouting that you have killed Americans, you have blood in your hands. They're talking about the ICE shootings, you know, that whole thing with the American citizens. That's what they're talking about. So they were just shouting like you have blood on your hands and all that stuff. That's what I can make out.
Aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. The cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple.
Oh, here we go.
All
Stop the
voters
steal.
must show
Here we go.
voter ID. All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote.
That's a state issue. Good luck
No
with that.
more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None.
States have their own election authorities to set these rules. So good luck with that.
And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
That's a state thing. Good luck. He's basically talking about a bunch of things that are never going to happen. Stop
And
Congress
even the
stock
new
trading.
deputy
Never going to
mayor of New
happen.
York City. I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Want them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a social security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
Not going to do it. That's another thing that's not going to happen. He's literally saying a bunch of things that are never going to happen. That's what this whole thing is about. A bunch of promises that are never going to happen.
And the reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things. You almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
Yeah, look at Senator Dick Durbin. Look at his face. That's my senator, by the way. He's one of the 2 senators in Illinois, him and Tammy Duckworth. That's funny.
And here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their
Sage
daughter
does not look happy to
was
be
their
there. Am I
son.
wrong about that, guys?
Sage was thrown
She does
into
not
an
look happy to be
all-boys
there.
state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up.
Oh, okay, maybe she is happy to be there. She didn't look like it at first. I'm just looking at her gestures and
Thank
her
you
body
for your
language.
great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately. Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
I'm sorry, but that was funny. Man, he's attacking the Democrats tonight.
Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country with people like this. Democrats are destroying our
heckling them
country,
now.
but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we?
He said these people are crazy. Look at them. Then they started heckling them. That's funny.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it?
Ilhan Omar keeps
Who would
heckling
believe
Trump. I
that?
think she's going to get kicked out.
Over
guys.
the
I think
past
she's gonna kick her
year,
out eventually.
she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight, we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both. And Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much. I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal. This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy.
Oh, here we go. There it is. This is the moment we've been waiting for, guys. Here we go. There's Erica Kirk. Here we go.
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered
Yep,
by
here we
an
go.
assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
He's standing. Here we go.
Thank you, Erica. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind. We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zarutska. In 2022,
Oh wow,
she
he
and her
barely said
beautiful
anything
daughter,
about
so
Erica Kirk.
beautiful,
I
what a
expected way
beautiful
more.
young
Wow,
woman.
he completely moved
Irina
on.
fled
Wow, I'm shocked.
war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way,
Wow.
what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget there were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zarutska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
And then there goes Erica Kirk on your left.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there. Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans,
Chicago,
Louisiana, big success,
It's coming.
and our nation's capital itself,
Chicago.
Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen? In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago.
All right, he's right about the crime. The crime has gone down tremendously, as well as the murders. That is true. But I do want to talk about something. I am shocked at how little time he spent on Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk. I thought he was going to call out Candace Owens. I thought he was going to call out the critiques against her. He didn't do that, which makes me think that their plan to go after the people who are criticizing Erica Kirk is going to be something that they do secretly behind the scenes. They're not just going to come out and say it, it seems. That's what I expected. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. He spent very little time on Erica Kirk. He even spent more time on the lady whose daughter got killed on the train than Erica Kirk. I was really shocked to see that. Very shocking.
He was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country. And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Evalie. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They've never seen anything like her. So sorry. Thank you very much. A great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night. And she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone. But his mother said, no, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. And after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melody? She turned out to be right. Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much. So, Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late, great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart.
Oh, wow. Again, the Purple Heart. Oh, wow.
We love you all. Love you. We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. My first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny?
That's not a war. What the?
Sick people. Cambodia and Thailand.
That's not a war.
Pakistan and India.
That's
would have
not a
been
war.
nuclear war.
Those aren't
35
wars.
million people said
Hey, he's hilarious.
the
Those
Prime
aren't
Minister
wars.
of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner.
This is
for
just not
your
true.
help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
This is legit just not true. This is crazy. Oh God, Jared Kushner. Oh God. You guys should do some digging into him if you haven't already. He is not a good guy at all.
And I also
got some real
want to thank the
skeletons in
man
this
they
closet.
report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco.
I can't get over the fact that Trump talked about that guy's wife and then he ends up becoming the Secretary of State. He called him Little Marco.
People like you. You know, Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy.
That's because
And
Marco's
he
one of
said
the
it's an
only
honor that they
qualified
feel
people
that
that
way, right,
Trump put
Marco?
in his
You
cabinet.
have done a great job, great secretary.
We know
of
Kash
State.
Patel
I think
ain't
he'll go down as the
qualified.
best ever.
Pam Bondi is miserable. RFK don't know where he is.
Under the ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that? Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead. And those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. That was an amazing period of time. And they came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back, but we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible to be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So thank you both very much. Great job.
How are you guys feeling about the State of the Union speech? In my personal opinion, this is really, really, really boring. This is like way more boring than it's ever been.
5,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that. 25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president. Would have never happened. As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must.
He hasn't talked about
That's
Iran
why
yet.
in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons
here we go,
program
finally.
with an attack on Iranian soil known as
Finally.
Operation Midnight Hammer.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is really boring. Really, really boring. I expected it to be better than this. I really did.
For decades, it had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb.
All right, guys, this was pretty boring. Thanks for being here. I really wanted to see what he was going to say about Erica Kirk. That's really was the main focus for me. I probably would have still watched it. I don't know if I would have wouldn't have. I don't know if I would have streamed it if it weren't for the Erica Kirk thing. I don't know. Yeah, this is really boring. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting bored, and I don't want this to be a bad stream because if I get bored, then I'm not going to be interested. I tried to be. This is just terrible. I'm going to be honest with you. If you want me to give you a grade, I mean, obviously these things are like, you know, somebody said earlier, it's like a dog and pony show. Obviously, like, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But like, I don't know what it is about this one, but this one is just really, really bad and really boring. And I don't know how much longer he's going to go, but I don't know if I could sit through another hour and a half of this, to be honest with you guys. So I am going to cut the stream and I'm still going to watch it, but, you know, I'll be doing something else in the background. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, all that good stuff. And hope you enjoyed the commentary. I tried to make it entertaining. I tried to, you know, give my opinion and not just play the stream, which you can go listen to it anywhere else. So we'll do more of these in the future. Hopefully we can do it with an event that's actually fun and not boring like this one. But yeah, sorry guys, this is just too boring for me. So thanks for being here. Really appreciate you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks again.